Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking closely at Alfatradiol, that's 17α-Estradiol,
Right.
and specifically its role in treating, well, common hair loss, androgenetic alopecia. Our goal here is really to unpack the science, get a handle on why it's called non-feminizing, how it works, and importantly, what you can realistically expect.
And where it fits in the bigger picture of treatments.
Exactly. So let's jump right in. This non-feminizing estrogen idea. It sounds a bit, well, contradictory, doesn't it?
It does on the surface.
What actually makes alpha-tradiol different from, the more potent estrogens that cause systemic effects?
It really comes down to the molecule shape, its stereochemistry. It's 17α-Estradiol.
Okay.
Whereas the body's main powerful estrogen is 17β-Estradiol. That tiny difference in orientation, the alpha versus beta, it slashes its estrogenic potency by, well, roughly 100 times.
100-fold, just from that small structural tweak.
Exactly. And that's the genius of it, really. It means you can put it on the scalp. It works locally, but without triggering those widespread hormonal changes. The feminizing effects you'd worry about with a strong estrogen.
That's fascinating. So a tiny molecular shift enables this targeted action. But, okay, once it's on the scalp, how does it actually fight hair loss? What's the mechanism?
Right, so it acts locally as a kind of multi-tool against androgens. Its main job is tackling DHT, dihydrotestosterone.
The main culprit in shrinking follicles.
Precisely. It inhibits the enzyme 5-alpha reductase, which is what converts testosterone into DHT. So less conversion, less DHT.
Okay, that makes sense.
But it doesn't stop there. It also inhibits another enzyme, 17β-dehydrogenase, which further helps lower local androgen levels. And interestingly, it actually activates aromatase.
Aromatase, isn't that the enzyme that makes estrogen?
Yes, it converts androgens into estrogen. So by activating it locally, it's sort of diverting testosterone away from the pathway that leads to DHT. It's quite a clever, multi-pronged approach to reducing DHT right there in the scalp.
Wow, okay. So it's hitting DHT production and availability from several angles. Which brings us to the big question for anyone listening. What does this mean for results? What can you actually expect to see? Is it going to bring back a full head of hair?
Yeah, and that's crucial, managing expectations.
Yeah.
The clinical evidence we have generally points to alfatradiol's main strength being stabilization.
Stabilization, meaning?
It's good at slowing down the progression of hair loss, keeping more hairs in the growth phase, basically helping you hold on to what you have.
Okay.
It's generally not the go-to for, significant regrowth.
Yeah.
If density is the main goal, something like minoxidil usually performs better in studies.
Right.
That being said, some studies have shown modest improvements. I think there was a Korean study on women with female pattern hair loss. They reported about a 9.8% increase in hair count after 8 months. So not dramatic, but something.
Okay, so modest potential improvement, but mainly stabilization.
Exactly. But where it really shines is its safety profile. It's considered exceptionally safe.
That's a big plus.
It really is. Most of the local irritation people sometimes report, like dryness or redness, usually comes from the alcohol base, the ethanol vehicle.
Ah, not the drug itself.
Right. And critically, systemic hormonal side effects are negligible. That's a huge contrast to oral drugs like Finasteride.
That safety aspect is definitely compelling, but are there any downsides at all? Even minor things people should know?
Well, exceptional safety isn't quite zero considerations. As mentioned, the alcohol base can be irritating for some sensitive scalps.
Okay.
And the main limitation really is its efficacy ceiling. It's just not designed for dramatic regrowth.
Right.
So it often finds its place more as perhaps a complementary treatment or for those prioritizing safety above maximizing regrowth potential.
That makes sense. So given this really good safety profile and its targeted action, why isn't it everywhere? Why isn't it a standard treatment in the U.S., for example?
That's a great question. And it really boils down to regulatory pathways and the sort of evidence hurdles required. While it's widely available and used in places like Europe and South America, you might see it under brand names like Ell-Cranell.
Right.
It hasn't actually gained FDA approval in the United States.
I see.
And if you look at major international dermatology guidelines, like from the European Dermatology Forum, they've basically stated that the current evidence is a bit contradictory and insufficient to give it a strong universal recommendation.
So the evidence isn't quite strong enough for the big regulatory bodies yet?
Kind of.
Yeah.
It positions alfatradiol more as a valuable niche option. It seems ideal for people maybe in the very early stages of AGA, or for those whose absolute top priority is safety, or maybe as part of a combination approach with other treatments.
Okay, so wrapping up. Alfatradiol is this unique 17α-Estradiol, offering a very safe, localized way to primarily stabilize hair loss, slow things down, rather than aiming for major regrowth. Best suited for specific situations or user priorities.
That sums it up well.
Now, just to leave you with something interesting to think about. Beyond hair, there's actually some preclinical research looking at alpha-tradiol.
Oh. Yeah, suggesting it might have, surprisingly, neuroprotective and even anti-aging potential. There are even studies showing it significantly extended the lifespan, in male mice anyway.
Really? Neuroprotection and lifespan. That's interesting.
Definitely something unexpected to perhaps keep an eye on down the road. Food for thought.